All right, guys, so this morning already had a challenge. Kids wanted Dunkin' Donuts. I told you I was going to get my tea. And so I had to take the boys with me to get my tea, and then they were begging for donuts, and so naturally I got them donuts. And so we got a half dozen donuts. And now I'm sitting here looking at these donuts, which I love. I have 3 donuts here. So 3 kids each had a donut, and now we have 3 donuts left. Because economically, it's worth you getting the half dozen over just buying the 3. And I'm always trying to get the better deal, but now I'm sitting here with the demons in my ear in the kitchen saying, "Eat me, Seymour." And I'm trying not to eat them, and I'm not going to eat them, but here we are. So I'm like day 2 in this world. And I think if you, this is what this is all about, because like when you watch these other channels and like you follow these people on Instagram, they're like there's this one girl that I follow, and she's like, I usually unfollow people when they get like this too motivational, because she's like pregnant and she's like 14 pounds and she's pregnant, and then she's like doing leg lunges and all these things while she's pregnant, and I can't even contemplate putting on a bra today because I don't have to leave the house, and I'm like, do I really need to do it? And then she's like throwing herself on the floor doing 557 push-ups, and I'm literally like, do I really need to wash my hair if nobody sees me? Like, that's sort of like my level of motivation. And so it's like, I can't stand people who just are so with it. And I don't know if that makes me a really horrible person, but it's true. And so like this YouTube channel is really, it's going to show I really want that donut. I really want the donuts that are behind me. I really want to eat these guys right here. And I'm angry that I can't. And that's real. Like, that's the real truth. Like, it's not these people that are like, I want a smoothie. It's like, good for you that you want a smoothie, but like, I don't want the smoothie. I want the strawberry glazed. And, I just don't get the people that don't want them. Like, I don't understand the people that were born the way that they don't want those things. And it's like, I don't even know if I want to be those people. That's the other thing. In order to lose, the 12, 13 pounds that I have on my head that I would like to hit, do I have to become that person? So food is such an important thing for me, right? Like my husband and I, we travel a lot, and we go to all these great countries, and the number one thing that we do when we travel is we eat. And so it's, is my whole world going to be, I have to be crazy in order to then indulge? Like, is my whole life going to revolve around what I eat, but in a negative way? I don't want to become that. And so I have this struggle where I either go, I deserve this, and then I eat it, and then I have this regret and this guilt going, why did I do that? Like, that's so silly. Like yesterday, when I went to Avengers, I was sitting there and everybody had popcorn, and I was like, oh, what's the big deal? Like, why can't I just get a popcorn? And I was sitting there, it was 3 hours. For 3 hours, I was doing this in my head. Why can't I just get a popcorn? What's the big deal? Why can't I get myself a popcorn? And then I kept saying to myself this internal struggle, and I was like, well, if I get the popcorn, I'm going to be really happy right now because I really want the popcorn. But then if I don't get the popcorn, I'm going to be really happy with myself for the rest of the week. So it's not just the moment. It's the after moment too, but at the same time, what's the big deal? So this is my inner struggle. And I think if you are watching this channel, you probably go through this as well. You go through this inner struggle. What's the big deal if I give myself this indulgence? But it's the problem is when we indulge every day, every night, every dinner, every late evening. And I think what has to happen is I have to set some sort of boundary or limitation, or maybe it's just I indulge on the weekends. I'm never ever going to be the girl that doesn't eat what I want. But it has to be, I think, for me personally, I think the rules, I have to set some rules. I'm not going to be a salad, smoothie, watercress kind of girl. That's not who I am. But, the donut, it is a weekend, but I don't know I would be happy with myself if I ate this donut, even though I really want it. Like, it's literally right here, but I don't know if I would be happy with myself if I just randomly on a Friday morning decided to eat this donut. Like, why today? Why right now? Why? And I also don't want to look at food as a reward. But at the same time, I think I need to honor food, and honor my body. I think is I have to form a different relationship with it. It's about honoring food and honoring my body. So Dunkin' Donuts is everywhere. It's not special. If I was in France on a vacation for a week, I would eat this donut. If I was at a cafe Friday at morning in France, I would eat a donut, because that's something I wouldn't be able to get again. So in that situation, yes, I would indulge. But Friday morning on any given week, Dunkin' Donuts, to me, that's not worthy to indulge. And I think that's how I have to start looking at things now. And I think that that's a fair way to look at food. And I think that that's how I'm going to try to address this way of looking towards the future. Because, I'm not doing any particular course. I'm not signing up for any keto or Weight Watchers or, like Jenny Craig, or I'm not doing anything right now. Right now, I'm just trying to just form a different relationship with how I look at everything. And I'm trying to do it very slowly. And I have no goal. I don't want to lose a half a pound a day, or, because once you start doing things like that, then you can fail. And I don't want to fail, because once you start failing, then you can give up. And so I don't want to define anything. I'm not putting any sort of boundaries or limitations. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just changing the way I look at things. And I hope that this conversation that I just had maybe can make you think a little bit about the way that you address food, and make you look a little bit about the way you honor your body. And so it's not about, I have to lose a pound a week. I have to only eat cheesecake on Sundays, because that's not fair either. It's not about, cheesecake on Sundays. It's about the right cheesecake at the right time. Did you go to a friend's house and they made cheesecake from scratch? I don't care what time of day that is. If somebody made cheesecake from scratch and it was made from love, and it was somebody who you haven't seen in a while, that's a slice I'm gonna have, because that's a beautiful thing. If I'm picking something up from the freezer aisle, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know anymore. And that's how I'm gonna try to think about things. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And, I'll tell you, there's certain things I love. I love Dunkin' Donuts. I love these donuts. So I'm not saying I would never eat a fast food, smoothie or Frosty or Wendy's Frosty. I actually enjoy. I'm a very simple person. Give me a Hershey's chocolate any day of the week. I don't like a Diva. I don't like the rich stuff. I like you cannot get any simpler than me. But it has to be worth it. So think about what is worth it to you. Don't just eat things just to eat them. It has to be worth it. And so right now, Friday morning, Friday afternoon, do I really need this? I want it, but do I need it? I don't need it right now. And so I'm trying to be more conscious. And I think that's just mindful eating. I think that's the term. And maybe I should do a little research on that. But I'm being more mindful about my decisions. And I'm, again, no rules. I'm not saying I'm gonna lose by June, bikini week. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not into that. I hate that. I hate that expectation. I have no time. There is no timetable. But I'm looking for a consciousness. I'm looking for more awareness, and I hope that this channel gives that to me, and I hope that it in some way gives it to you. So that's it. I also hope that box goes on fire, but that's another thing. All right, guys, till tomorrow.